Hello again, Jason with Exploring History Together. Yesterday was December 7th, 2021, and I got to go on quite an adventure with a good friend, Theresa Shabenas, who lives in Southern Virginia. And she was a tour guide, took me around to several historical sites in her area. One of them that I had found, and the other that she wanted to show me that were really neat to go visit. We went to a place called Whittle's Mill, and somewhere on the property of Whittle's Mill there is a very small cemetery, one of the folks being one of the largest landholders in all of Virginia back in the day, Colonel Whittle-Davies, who was a Revolutionary War soldier, and also Fortescue Whittle. They are related through marriage, through family ties there. Somehow, I don't know all the family history there. Trying to kind of piece it together myself, but it was a neat visit. We got to go find the cemetery that is on the mill property. It was quite a bit of an adventure to find the place. We had one of Theresa's friends came out. His name is Jimmy, and he was one of the original crew who restored this cemetery once it was finally found in 2007, 2008, somewhere around there, after having disappeared into the forest for 50 years or something. The last time it had been seen, it was part of an open field, but in 1961 an aerial photograph showed where it was. But since then, of course, the grounds have grown up heavily with woods, pine trees, and so it was quite an adventure to find the place yesterday. But Jimmy finally did track it down and called out to us from within the forest and said, "Hey, I found it. Come this direction. Here's my voice. Keep talking, Jimmy. We'll find it." So it was neat to get to see it. Later that evening, before I came back home, Theresa gave me this book to bring home and take a look at. And I'm going to encourage you to find this, track it down. Whittle's Mill by Max Crowder. It's given me a lot of really good information. I'm going to include a couple of pictures from the book in the slideshow at the end of this. So if you enjoy this, hit the subscribe button. I sure appreciate those subscriptions, and I appreciate knowing that people actually are interested in what I find fun and adventurous and a lifelong hobby of mine. So enjoy the video, stick around for the slides at the end, the photographs at the end, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks, bye. Hello again. Today I'm in Mecklenburg County, Virginia, and we have tromped way out in the woods to try and find a couple of gravestones belonging to at least one Revolutionary War soldier and what appears to be a descendant of his. We found those stones, and I'm going to let Theresa Shabenas tell you about it. So hang on just a moment.
Hi there. We're in the private property in the family cemetery overlooking the Mehuron River. And this is Fortescue Williams, and he was born 1776 and he died in 1857. There's no date on Whittle-Davies, but there's a lot of history about him that we will be giving to you later.
We believe that there are more graves in this area. This is a raised mound in a kind of a circle shape, but those are the only two stones in this area. Colonel Davies there and Fortescue Whittle. But there's definitely rocks and things underneath the periwinkle out here. This is the woods all around this area that we walked down to get here. You can see it's pretty dense. The guy that brought us down here said that 15 years ago, when he was here to clean this area up, that this was all kind of open field except for a row of trees above the graveyard here. So this mound right here, as we're on our way out, they believe this might be possibly the enslaved folks' cemetery here. We've been up through there. There's no stones at all. There's a bunch of rocks in the ground, but it is a raised mound covered in periwinkle and green growth, whereas it's brown all the way around the rest of it. So we're at the site of Whittle's Mill in Mecklenburg County. This is along the border of Mecklenburg and Lunenburg counties. The scenic Old Mill Pond has been Southside Virginia's unofficial park for generations. The town of South Hill has now made it official as Max Bagley Crowder of Memorial Park, honoring the distinguished Southside Virginia historian. There has been a mill on the Meherrin River since 1756, when enterprising colonist John Brooks built a log and earthen dam across the river to power a grist and sawmill. The mill was owned by the Revolutionary War captain Thomas Bedford. Colonel William-Davies, a hero of the American Revolution and a close friend of both George Washington and Marquis de Lafayette, bought the mill in 1796 and brought his family to Mecklenburg in the 1800s. The mill and farm passed in 1809 to the Whittle family for nearly a century. The Whittle family was swept into the tragedy of the Civil War, and they've been called the real Gone with the Wind family of America, along with their 14 children. The youngest son commanded the 38th Virginia Regiment that made the deepest advance into the Federal line during the Pickett's charge at Gettysburg. The graves of Colonel William-Davies, Fortescue Whittle, and Colonel Powhatan Whittle rest nearby on private property in the family cemetery overlooking the river, somewhere up there. The mill was destroyed in the 1940s by a great flood. A.W. Hankley raised the height of the rock dam, installed turbines. Raised the height of the dam. He installed turbines and generators to run his mill from electricity. Hankley Mill was destroyed by great flood in 1940, along with all the water mills in Southside Virginia. The town of South Hill bought the property in 1963. The park honors the memory of historian Max Bagley Crowder of South Hill, who served for many years as the curator of the Virginia Farm Life Museum. His research, writing, and public speaking greatly heightened interest in the Meherrin River, and he was a leading voice in obtaining the Virginia Scenic River designation for the Meherrin River. So we're going to take a walk around this thing. You can't get real close to it. We can walk down here and see. While I'm on this side of the road, I'm going to turn, show you what's across the road here. There is a old where is it? There's a building up that hillside. I'm going to try and walk up there, but let's go take a look at the dam first here, up close. Showing you high water marks here on this old foot meter here. I have no idea how deep that water is, but I wouldn't want to get into it, that's for sure. Alright, well, let's go take a walk up and see if we can make our way up to that building up there on the hillside. I've made my way up the slippery hillside. I'm not entirely sure what this building is. I'm going to get up here and see if we can see inside it. Oh, found the front door. What a climb to get here, though. I don't know, this could have been a house. Or it could have been one of the old mill buildings. Not entirely sure. But it sure doesn't look like it's going to be standing for very much longer. This thing's falling apart. All right, there you have it. I'm going to make my way back down to the dam now. Wish me luck on that hillside. Boy, is it slippery.